Hey, what's going on, family? How you doing? How you living? How's it going? What's happening? I hope you're doing well. Yeah, we're back in the mix at 6. Yours truly, Dr. Eddie. Let me know what city you're watching from. Y'all know what it is. Y'all know who it is. And of course, you know I'm with you each and every single Monday through Friday, every weekday in the mix at 6. Share this with at least 6 people. Come on, if you're happy and you know it, clap your emoji hands. Yeah, drop some emoji hands in the chat. Drop some fire signs because you know it's about to get lit right here in the mix at 6. If you're ready, just type let's mix it up. Yeah, let's mix it up. That's what's up. I'm ready to mix it up. We have been in an amazing series called I Need Some Water. Has it been refreshing to you? Has the series I Need Some Water quenched your thirst just a little bit? Even if it's just a smidgen. Come on, let me know. I need some water. We're in part 4. You know, I'm giving you more than you bargained for. We've been talking about the essential necessities of water. Body is made up of not 65% pop or soda. I know some of y'all saying pop. What you don't pop me. Soda, you saying. Okay, cool. Pop, soda. We say pop up here in the north. My hometown is Motown. Y'all say soda. Bet. It's not made up of Gatorade, even though the commercial asks you, is it in you? It ain't in Sprite. Because no, I don't want you just to obey your thirst. It is in water. And I mentioned number one, water is necessary because it delivers oxygen to the body. Secondly, I mentioned water aids and helps with weight loss and builds endurance. Then I mentioned, thirdly, water can regulate your body temperature. Let me pause for the cause. If you have not checked out the series at all, parts 1, 2, and 3, do yourself a favor and check it out. Bookmark it, hit the playlist, go back and check out all of the other sessions that I've done, whether it be from Purpose Partner to His Needs, Her Needs, to Say No to the Narcissist, to Is Your House a Home, to World War Me. It's so much there. It goes on and on and on and on. That's what the song said. So we're in part 4. I'm giving you more in part 4. I want to talk about walking on water. Walking on water. Content on content on content. And we're consistent. I want to talk about walking on water. Here's what I realize: the most dangerous place you can be in life is not necessarily when you're walking on water, but when you're staying in the boat. Yeah, because oftentimes the boat symbolizes the fact that you're in a place of stinking thinking, shallow living, around shallow minded people. People, here it is, who don't want you to make any moves. And so you remain stuck. The boat is your comfort zone. Come on, family. Type walk on water. Family, type walk on water. The most dangerous place you can be in life is not when you're walking on water, but when you're staying in the boat. Family, type get out the boat. If you get out the boat, you'll be a barrier breaker. If you get out of the boat, you'll overcome certain boundaries that people have placed on you. If you get out of the boat, you will abound. If you get out of the boat, you'll move into a greater place of benevolence. If you get out of the boat, you'll get the blessing that you've been praying, trying to receive, the hope you've been having. Get out of the boat and start walking. I'm reminded in scripture that the disciples were in a boat, Jesus' disciples. They were in a boat. And as they were in the boat, they see this entity walking to them, and they thought it was a ghost. It was a ghost, all right. It was a Holy Ghost, if anything at all. But they thought it was a ghost. And here's what's unbelievable. They thought that Jesus was a ghost, and on the seashore, Jesus walking to them. They're in the boat, and here's the thing: Jesus starts talking, and it's not like he's right in the boat by them. There's some distance there because Jesus is beckoning Peter to come. But here, even before that, Jesus' voice is audible enough on the shore of the sea. Isn't that amazing? But here's what's even more amazing. I have to be able to recognize the Lord's voice in any setting, in any environment, when the storm is raging, when the waters are ruffling, when I'm rowing. Ain't no microphone, no bullhorn. They were still able to hear. Why? Because their ear was attuned. Peter begins to get out of the boat. Peter says, listen, if it be you, bid me come. Invite me over to you. And I'm sure the disciples, as they're in the boat, got to be thinking Peter's half crazy. Peter, what you been sipping on? Yeah. Were you were you in my last session when we're talking about pour me a drink? Peter must have had some of that Johnny Walker. I don't know. Peter, what was you on? Peter seemed a little twisted. And I can imagine them trying to pull Peter back into the boat. A lot of times people are trying to pull you back when your vision and when your future is calling you to move forward. You got to walk on water. And here's what happened. Only two individuals were able to walk on water on the planet. One is Jesus. Two is Peter. Peter begins to walk on water until he starts getting distracted. Here it is. The storm was raging. The winds were roaring. And Peter starts fearing. It was a weapon of mass distraction that allowed Peter to sink. Because here it is. Peter started looking around him versus looking ahead of him. What does scripture say? Looking unto Jesus, the author and the finisher of my faith. I can't be looking at my storm. I can't focus on how big my storm is. I got to focus on how big God is. Stop looking at the waters that are raging. You're on top of it. You're not under it. But Peter began to go under because he started sinking due to his thinking. It is my thinking empowering me to move up into a place of soaring or sinking? What is the level of my thinking? Here it is. That's why you got to be a part of an amazing Eagles Academy community. You join my community. My community, it shows you how to change your thinking to begin soaring. That's right. It's where I coach, it's where I teach, it's where I train, it's where I mentor, it's where I share best practices, strategy, structure, solutions to take your vision to a new dimension. Come on, I want you to go right now, theeaglesacademy.com. When you get there, tap the join now button, fill out the form, be transformed. Can I just keep it 100 with you? The transformation that is taking place in our Eagles Academy community, where people are getting here from there, getting there from here, where people are growing in their greatness, where there are video testimonials, where people are actually putting the work in and they're seeing that, listen, if I work it, it'll work. To see people's confidence changing, to see people adopting the strategies, the structure, the solutions, the best practices of what it is that we give, almost brings a tear to your eye. It moves you into a place to say, wow, it's actually working. And here it is. A win for you is a win for me too. That's what I love about the Eagles Academy. Come on, we're my Eagles Academy family in here. Eagles community members. Come on, drop some eagle emojis in the chat. It, it causes me to light up to see the growth that takes place. And here it is. The growth is not just individual, it's collective. That's you. I'm talking to you. It's time for you to grow your greatness. Go right now, theeaglesacademy.com. Tap the join now button, fill out the form, be transformed. Peter started sinking because of his thinking. Your thinking will either keep you sinking or to keep you soaring. Here it is. Peter walked on the water. And not so much Peter walked on the water, Peter walked on the word that Jesus gave. Peter said, if it bid me come, Jesus said, come, and he walked. Didn't just walk on the water, he walked on the word. The word was the foundation. What has God told you to walk out on? Yeah, walk on the vision, walk on the purpose, walk on the identity, walk on the integrity, walk on the intellectuality, walk on the creativity, walk on the ingenuity, walk. Let them talk. Walk. Come on, family, just type walk. Type walk. Fear paralyzes you. Faith mobilizes you. Fear causes you to sink. Faith causes you to soar on wings as an eagle. Why? Because I let go of the ego and I was able to trust God. It's time to walk on water. It's time to walk on the vision. It's time to walk on the purpose. It's time to walk on the place of implementation. It's time to walk out of that situation. It's time to walk out of trauma. Here it is. In order to walk on, I got to walk out of something. In order to walk into, I got to walk out of. Got to walk into my purpose, but I got to walk out of the pain. Got to walk into my transformation, but I got to walk out of the trauma. I got to walk into my next level, but I got to walk away from and out of what keeps me stuck and stymied and plateaued. When I know that God wants to take me to more. Jesus commissioned Peter to come. And then here it is. Jesus had to be Peter's lifeguard. Jesus had to guard Peter's life simply because Peter was sinking. A lot of us were sinking in the past. We're sinking in toxic thinking. We're sinking versus seeking. Come on. Time for you to stop sinking and start seeking. Seek ye first the kingdom of God, his righteousness. All these things shall be added unto you. Peter starts sinking. Jesus now becomes Peter's lifeguard, lifts him up. I don't know about you, but I would have sunk in whatever it is that I was in. You would have sunk in whatever you were in if the Lord didn't lift you out of limited thinking, if the Lord didn't lift you out of relationships that you knew you shouldn't have been in, if the Lord didn't lift you out of prayers that you were praying, but he didn't answer because he knew that he had something better for you. I don't know if you've ever prayed the prayer, Lord, I want to thank you for not giving me what I thought I wanted, but it wasn't what I needed. Hmm? I don't know if you've ever prayed the prayer. Lord, thank you for lifting me out of what kept me sinking. I want to thank you for showing up in the storm and not leaving me in the storm to get swallowed up by the storm. Water is necessary, delivers oxygen to the body. Water aids and helps with weight loss and builds endurance. Water can regulate your body temperature. Water can keep you afloat. Water can hydrate you. Water can also make you drown. Water can keep you down. Water can be a force or it can be a flow. Water can be a help or it can be a hindrance. Water can cause you to swim or it can cause you to sink. How am I using my resource? And here's one thing about water that I realized this. I'm gonna put you in this flow show. Dehydration affects your vision. Yeah. Dehydration. The perils of dehydration is this: dehydration affects your vision. Did you understand this? Especially as your body is made up of 60+% water. A lack of hydration, here it is. A lack of hydration produces eye strain. Listen, you said at the end of last year that this year was going to be your year. So why'd you already give up on it? Hmm? Why are you allowing your eyes to be strained by the storm? Can we just put up 2020 vision? Here it is. Oftentimes, our eyes have been strained by storms. I need you to make sure that you go and get this book. It's one of my 16 books available on Amazon, Barnes& Noble, iTunes, Audible, wherever books are sold. 2020 Vision, how to see beyond what you see, transform your reality. You know why your eye got strained? One is that you didn't hydrate. You didn't have the Lord's living water to dilate. Come on. Listen. I got to add some eye drops of the Lord's living water to my pupils. Come on. I didn't hydrate and I didn't use the Lord's living water to dilate. Because when I do, I sing the song. I can see clearly now. The rain is gone. I can see all obstacles in my way. And here it is. Can I remix the song? Not only can I see all obstacles, I can see all opportunities. Why? Because when my eye isn't strained, I don't just focus on the obstacle, I focus on the opportunity. I don't just focus on the problem, I focus on the solution. I don't just focus on the red flags, I focus on the green flags. I don't sit at red lights. I don't sit at green lights, rather, and run red ones. I'm honking the horn at you each and every single time. I have to allow the Lord's living water to move me in a place of hydration. Because if I'm not in a place of hydration, I'm in a place of desperation. And oftentimes we're parched, if not dehydrated, because we don't have the Lord's living water. As a result, we end up depressed, deserted, and desperate. Why? Because here it is. You desperate for anyone versus the right one to quench your thirst. And here it is. The right one don't even have to quench your thirst because you're already hydrated. You already developed. You didn't desert your deliverance. You said the end of last year, this is going to be your year. You already gave up on it. Who lied? Why? Because you allowed your vision to get cloudy. Because you didn't have a vision of clarity. You got to get to the place to where, listen, I'm going to be comfortable even when I'm not comfortable. Got to be comfortable being uncomfortable. Got to be uncomfortable being comfortable. And oftentimes, the biggest risk, need you to hear me, I was watching MSNBC the other day, and they mentioned this. The biggest risk is in not taking a risk. The biggest risk is complacency. And I need you to understand this. Whenever you get complacent, you get replaced. Here it is. When you move into a place of complacency, this is what you hear. They're getting ready to start replacing me. I need you to hear me. You don't need vision when life is comfortable. You need vision when life is most uncomfortable. And here it is. Dehydration affects your vision. Is that why Paul prayed that the eyes of your understanding would be enlightened? Come on, family. Drop some emoji eyes. Drop some emoji eyes in the chat. I need God to open up my spiritual eyes. Why? Because having sight but no vision means you're still blind. Having eyesight won't give you insight. Don't matter how nice your spectacles are. Don't matter how nice your glasses are. I'm wondering, here it is. Do you have a vision? Don't care if you got a Rolex. Do you know what time it is? Don't matter what clothes you got on you. I want to know, do you understand the vision that's within you? Greater is he that's within you. He that's in the world. Ain't about what's on your head, it's about what's in your head. It's not about what you're driving, it's about what's driving you. Ooh, who am I talking to? That's why Paul prayed that the eyes of your understanding would be enlightened. Because here it is. A lot of times, because you've allowed a lack of hydration, the Lord's living water, to give you eye strain, here's what you now develop. You now develop critical cataracts. You now develop character cataracts. You now develop cultural cataracts. You now develop cataracts that cloud your vision. Here it is. The one who's most omniscient is the one who can be your optometrist. The one who's most omnipresent is the one who can be your optometrist. Simply because you weren't focused on your goal, now you develop glaucoma. I've got to be a pupil. And here it is. When I am God's pupil, he now increases my visionary pupil. Paul prayed that the eyes of your understanding would be enlightened, that you may know what is the hope of his calling, with the riches of the glory of his inheritance in the saints. You got to recognize that you got an inheritance. You got to recognize that you have an inheritance. I mentioned this the other day, that there was a very, very wealthy son of a billionaire by the name of Steve Ballmer. Steve Ballmer is the father of his son. His son, I believe his name is Jason, if I'm not mistaken, who's a comedian. And here's what his son said. Steve Ballmer, former higher up, matter of fact, former developer of Microsoft, current owner of the NBA Clippers, Los Angeles Clippers, that is. I do love LA. Lord knows I love LA. He's the owner of that team. And here's what Steve Ballmer's son said. Steve Ballmer was in an article, business magazine article, sharing the fact that he grew up ashamed of, here it is, his inheritance. He grew up being ashamed of being a rich kid. He grew up being ashamed of coming from a wealthy background. And here it is, when the eyes of your understanding are enlightened, you know what the hope of your calling is. And here it is, you understand what are the riches of the glory of his inheritance in the saints. You got to understand this, that you were called by God and your calling wasn't a conference call. You got to understand, when God called you, he didn't consult with anybody else. When God called you, he didn't ask for a co-signer. He didn't ask for anybody to validate you. Why? Because you ain't no parking. Why are you looking for people to validate you? But I got to know this. I have to understand my inheritance, because here's the thing. When I understand the enormity, when I understand the value, when I understand the identity that's in my inheritance, when I understand that I'm an heir and a joint heir, when I understand the true essence of my identity and my inheritance, I'm not ashamed. But here's what I do. I don't live in shame, but I claim. Go ahead and get your identity. Yeah, get your identity. Get the book Identity. Keys to discover your uniqueness, unlock your greatness. Because here's the thing. When you know your identity, you'll tap into your inheritance. When you know your identity, you won't be ashamed of your inheritance. Keys to discover your uniqueness, unlock your greatness. Ebook, audiobook, hard copy, Amazon, Barnes and Noble, iTunes, Audible. Everybody else was taken. You might as well be you. Nobody can beat you being you. Steve Ballmer's son was ashamed of his inheritance. I wonder how many of us are ashamed of our inheritance. So ashamed that here it is. Now you go through life trying to be a people pleaser. So ashamed of your inheritance to where you don't walk in the power of your calling. So ashamed of your inheritance that you allow people to pull you down. And so as a result of them pulling you down, you never think up. What do? You just link up with people who reduce you, and you never produce the value that's within you. You and I have to know our inheritance. And here's the thing about it. Only the living water will bring restoration to your vision. Come on, family. I need you to like, comment, share, subscribe. Come on, I need you to hit the thumbs up button. Hit that thumbs up button. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. You ought to be running as fast as that button as you possibly can. Come on, tap the thumbs up with your thumbs. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Hit that thumbs up button. Notification bell as well. Located right by the thumbs up buttons, right by the subscribe button. Family, just type the word restore. Restore. Only the living water will bring restoration to your vision. Only the living water will put you in a place to be restored for more. And I believe, even as I'm talking, God is now opening your spiritual eyes. He's taking the scales off your eyes. He's taking the trauma off your eyes. He's taking the stress and the self-sabotage off your eyes so that you can see clearly. He's opening your spiritual eyes to see through what it is that you're going through. What God is doing right now, he's giving you discernment. He's giving you revelation about the next move and what he placed inside of you. It's your season for more. It's your time to develop into more. Yeah, you won't allow dehydration to be the lot of your life, to where you're so thirsty and parched, if not dehydrated, looking for everybody to quench your thirst, versus running to the water, running to the well that never runs dry. Because here it is. When you're in the right water, you'll always be a winner. Got to get into the right well. Because here it is. When I'm in the right well, understand all will be well. Why? Because God does everything well. Well, family, if you're not a part of my amazing Eagles community, come on, Eagles, just drop some emoji Eagles in the chat. If you're not a part of my amazing Eagles community, well, what are you doing? Come on. Allow me to, here it is, water the seeds for your harvest. Allow me to refresh your vision, give you the strategies, the structure, the solutions, the best practices, the system. You know what a system is? Saving yourself time, energy, money. Allow me to refresh you with wisdom, with insight. If you love what you get here, your mind's going to be blown when you get inside the Eagles Academy. Go right now to theeaglesacademy.com. Tap the join now button when you get there. Fill out the form, be transformed. Come on now. You know greatness is calling you. You know it's your time to grow your greatness. You got a marketplace mandate on your life. You know you have a purpose to fulfill. You know you have a calling on your life. Why you keep letting the call go to voicemail? Why aren't you not answering the call? Listen, it's time to answer the call. Answer the call by being a member in our community. Answer the call by connecting to accountability partners in our community. Answer the call for collaboration. Why? Because you don't just grow in a silo. You don't just soar as high as your dream, you soar as high as your team. Answer the call simply because collaboration and community is the new currency. It's time to increase your ideas. It's time to increase your impact. It's time to increase your influence. And I guarantee you, if you increase your ideas, your impact, and your influence, your income will increase as a result. Yeah, that's it. I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you. I'm talking to at least 5 of you right now. At least 5 of you. Go right now, theeaglesacademy.com. I want you to invest in yourself as you get there. Invest in yourself. Tap the join now button at theeaglesacademy.com. Fill out the form. Be transformed. I can't wait to see your face in our digital space. Well, it's a safe space to develop your greatness, to maximize your mindset, to sharpen your skill set, to build your tool set, to be an asset in any environment. Go there right now. I've got a number of other tools for you that I know will be a blessing and a benefit to you. You want to make sure that you go to theeaglesacademy.com/store. Got 2 free resources there for you. The art of communication. Are you connecting when you're communicating? Then I also have More in 2024. My latest ebook. It's going to be an absolute blessing to your life. How to become more, make it your best year yet. Go ahead and get that. It's an absolute winner, loaded with strategies. You want to get my bestseller book blueprint. Listen, it's a game changer. It's a game changer for anybody. And I know I'm talking to you because 80% of Americans want to write a book. Only 1% actually do. You want to go and get that bestseller book blueprint. What is it? It's loaded with strategies that I use to write my books. Books, yeah. Plural, multiplicity of them, multiple, many, plethora, 16. I don't even know if you have time to flip through all of them, one after the other, after the other, after the other. How have I been able to go number one each and every single time that I drop a book? Strategies, systems. All you have to do with my manual is plug and play what I do, make it yours, and birth your book, publish your book. It's time to be in tune and in check and connected to people like myself who are giving you the plays to run. If you want it bad enough, you'll invest in yourself. Once you go ahead and get it, why? This is a manual that I wish I had. I had to learn the author game all on my own, and I made a lot of mistakes. Let me tell you that straight up. But now you can avoid the mistakes that I've made and publish your book with precision. A polished, published book. So I'm showing you how to take your manuscript to the marketplace, how, in many cases, to increase your sales, especially for those of you who are already authors. Yes, this would be a great manual for you. How to become an industry authority as an author, how to be that expert with a book that is precise and is polished. Generally, after you, and dare I say, I'd be negligent, reticent to not mention where to get it. Go ahead. Bestseller book blueprint is available right now. Accessidentity.org/author. Accessidentity.org/author. You can also get it at theeaglesacademy.com/store. And generally, after you write a book, people are going to ask you to talk about the book. You got to connect when you communicate. Your words are like a paintbrush. People's minds are like a canvas. What picture are you painting when you're speaking? Because communication is about more than presentation. Communication is about connection. Communication is about conversation. Communication gets you to the place to where, here it is. If you can connect, if you can communicate, you'll be able to present. Let me show you how to sharpen your skill set and shine as a speaker. Spoken all over the world. So many different places. Empowering at so many places to so many different faces. Let me show you how to, in many cases, develop your signature story. How to communicate confidently. Why is that? Because whatever you're building, you can build it better if you use better words. Let me show you how to empower the world with your words. Let me show you how to wow your audience. Let me show you how to face the fear factor. Let me show you how to be invited back. Let me show you all the ways in which you can be paid to speak and how to go about it. It's all in my Successful Speaker Strategies blueprint that I have. It's a 4.5-hour digital video teaching and training. Go ahead and get that now. Accessidentity.org/speaker. theeaglesacademy.com/store. Get the resources. Invest in yourself. Listen, a lot of us want a helping hand, but will we use that same hand to help ourselves? You get a return on investment when you make an investment in what it is that you want to get a return on. Family, did you get anything out of this today? Come on, did you get anything out of this? I need some water. Really do. Did you get anything out of the walk on water session segment? Should we do part 5? Come on, give me an emoji high five. We should do part 5 because y'all know. Oh, I got 5 on it. 5 is favor. 555 favor drive. Y'all remember that? Yeah, that's it. That's the Is Your House a Home series. 555 favor drive. 5 is number of favor. 5 is number of grace. Join us again. Family in the Mix at 6 is out of time, but y'all know that I ain't out of truth. Put that on everything. Like a great rapper once said, there's no way I can pay you back, but my plan is to show you that I understand. I want you to know that you are appreciated. And so, what I want to do, I want to thank you for rocking with me. I want to thank you for riding with me. I want to thank you for rolling with me. Why? Because that's just how we roll. And we keep our roll on each and every single day, Monday through Friday. Every weekday. You know what it is. You know who it is. Yours truly, your host with the most. In the mix at 6. On the digital airwaves of social media sites, all the social media sites, but particularly on YouTube. Listen, while we're here at YouTube, come on, I need you to put some thumbs. Put some thumbs up. It's a celebration, not hateration. Come on, put some thumbs up. Hit the thumbs up button. Don't just think about hitting the thumbs up. Actually hit the thumbs up button. Come on now. Come on, don't look at me in that tone of voice. Come on, fam. Hit that thumbs up button. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Hit that notification bell to immediately get all the content when I drop it. And of course, follow me on all the social sites. Put some respect on my name. At EddieConnorJr. EddieConnorJr. Family, y'all keep showing love. And you know I'm going to keep showing up. Why? Because if I can help you, if I can serve you in any way, make sure that you please reach out to me. I'd love to come and speak at your event. Yeah, I really would. Whether it's your church, your conference, your community center, your school, your college, your session, your workshop. I would love to come and empower you. Ladies and gentlemen, my dear brothers and sisters, it's yours truly, Dr. Eddie, your main man, 100 grand, your brother from another mother. Family, it's been fun, but you know a brother got to run. I just want you to know, though, it's been a privilege and a pleasure, a treat and a treasure, a joy beyond measure. But I want you to remember to keep the faith and believe. It's going to be bigger, better, and brighter. Walk on water. Peace and love. Keep soaring higher.
Hey, it's yours truly, Dr. Eddie. Listen, don't you want to level up in your life? Don't you want to actually dominate this year? You need strategy, you need structure, you need solutions. If you're going to level up in your relationships, you're going to identify your brand identity. If you're going to identify your identity, this year to become more, this year to do more. I'm telling you, this is the time to grow your greatness. You need to be in a secure environment, in a community that really cares about your growth, that wants to enhance it, that wants to push you in a place of not just information, but transformation for your application. I'm telling you, you don't just go as far as your dream, you go as far as your team. Join our team. Become a part of the Eagles Academy. Go right now. TheEaglesAcademy.com. When you get there, you have to join now button and become a member of this amazing academy with so many amazing people, locally and globally, who understand that their network determines their net worth. They want to soar into success and purpose. I can't wait to see your face in our digital space. Go right now. TheEaglesAcademy.com. Yeah.